Ito, si Patrick. Sabi ni Patrick, Sir Fitz, okay ba di ko buuin ang bayad ko sa VUL? Like, if 6K ang quarterly ko, 3K lang ang bayad ko, then invest ko na lang sa stocks directly. The other 3K, iwan lang ako fund para di mag-close insurance ko. Kausapin mo yung yung financial advisor mo kung pwede. Kasi some policies hindi pwede. Kung pwede sa policy mo, then yeah, definitely pwede na you just pay the minimum just to keep the policy alive. Pero you have to ask your financial advisor how it will impact your benefits, no? Yung mga death benefits at saka yung mga other benefits nung policy mo. Kasi baka mamaya by just maintaining the policy, yung death benefit lang yung meron ka. Tapos yung supposedly yung mga riders mo, mga accident benefits, disability benefits, wala pala yun kapag yun yung ginawa mo. Yung death benefit lang yung magkakaroon. So, talk to your financial advisor, clarify everything, but personally, pwede mong gawin. Parang ginawa mong term insurance yung yung VUL mo. Definitely pwede mong gawin. Pero kung depende kasi kung gaano mo nakatagal binabayaran, no? So kung matagal mo na binabayaran, I'm sure may cash value na 'yan. So you have to run the numbers. Kasi there are also cases na may nagpagawa sa akin yan. Pero nung tingnan namin yung numbers, maganda kasi yung performance nung mutual fund company, nung insurance company. And unfortunately, exclusive sa mga policy holders yung mutual fund. So, yung mutual fund na yon, wala kang ibang way para mag-invest doon kundi kumuha ng policy sa kanila. So, sabi ko, ang ganda ng performance ng mutual fund, ng underlying investment nitong policy mo. Ang advice ko, ituloy mo na lang dyan. Di ba? So, kesa mag-i-invest ka pa sa labas, maghahanap ka ng ibang stock or mutual fund na subpar yung performance versus dito sa underlying fund nung policy mo. So, that's also a consideration. Okay? But definitely, pwede. But talk to your financial advisor first. Okay? Sabi ni Patrick, purpose is nakikita ko lang VUL ko as purely insurance and the other 3Ks parang investment. Yeah. Oo. Parang ginawa mong term insurance. So, kung pwede, kung i-allow ng financial advisor mo at hindi naman siya against sa terms nung particular policy mo, then definitely pwede naman. Sabi ni Joey, what are your thoughts about VUL, sir? So para sa akin, VUL, first and foremost, it's a form of financial protection. I never really see it as a form of investment. Para sa akin, it's insurance that grows with inflation. So what I'm particularly talking about here is yung mga regular pay VUL. Okay? Yung regular pay VUL, pag kumuha ko ng regular pay VUL, meron akong death benefit, di ba? But as the years go, tumataas, nag-grow yung investment ko, tumataas yung cash value niya. But also, yung buhay ko, yung life ko, nagkakaroon ako ng mas maraming assets, etc. So, yung life insurance requirements ko, tumataas din. Kumari, nagkaanak, nagkaroon ako ng maraming assets, so kailangan ng mas malaking pera for my estate planning, etc. So, since mayroon akong VUL na nag-grow yung cash value niya through the years, pwede na hindi ko na kailangan kumuha ng additional insurance kasi nako-cover na nung growth nung cash value ng VUL ko. Kesa pag kumuha ko ng term insurance na fixed na yung death benefit niya, kapag tumaas yung net worth ko at kailangan ko ng mas malaking pera for my estate planning, kailangan kong kumuha ng additional policy, di ba? So, yun yung nakikita kong advantage ng VUL, specifically yung mga regular pay VUL. So, it's for me, it's really financial protection that grows with inflation. However, iba yung usapin ng SPVUL, yung mga single pay VUL. Kasi para sa akin, ang single pay VUL, ito yung talagang investment. Okay? So, investment na may insurance benefit, ang single pay VUL. And as a financial tool, ito yung ito yung ina-advise ko na sa mga magulang na instead na ipamana na nila yung pera nila sa mga anak nila kasi nga they're trying to save money on estate taxes, etc. Sabi ko, kumuha ka na ng SPVUL kasi tax-free siya. Gawin mong beneficiary yung anak mo, especially if you already have the money. Kung magpapamana ka ng 2 milyon sa anak mo, kesa ipa-trust fund mo or whatever, kuha ka ng SPVUL, ilagay mo lahat yung 2 million doon, ang gawin mong beneficiary yung anak mo. Yun. Tapos, so pag may nangyari sa'yo, ang beneficiary mo yung anak mo, tax-free din yun. So, mga estate planning tool na siya. So, yun yung thoughts ko sa VUL. Of course, I'm not really an insurance agent, although I have license from the Insurance Commission, but I'm not really an active insurance agent. And what I've learned is each policy has their own terms, conditions, especially ngayon, ang hirap na i-compare side to side ng mga policies eh. May mga specific benefits na siya na some of them very exclusive to that particular policy. So, it's really best to talk to a responsible financial advisor to compare products from different companies to know kung ano yung best policy for you. Okay? So, I think, ayan, sabi ni Manny Pacman, since 2019 na ako nasa VUL, sir. Ayan, okay lang naman. Lastly, ito, last question na natin before we say goodbye. I think yan na rin yung last question. Sir Fitz, sino po ang hinahire for estate tax? Lawyer po ba? Yes. Lawyer ang primary na kausap mo sa estate planning. Kasi pag sinabi natin estate planning, ano na to eh, sino yung magiging executor ng estate mo, alam mo, paano mo gusto hatiin yung mga ari-arian mo, etc. So, si lawyer ang primary na kausap mo. Ngayon, kung medyo complicated yung estate mo, ibig sabihin marami kang kumpanya, may mga business ka, may mga inheritance ka dati na hindi pa naaasikaso, etc. Either accountant or a financial planner ang additional na kailangan mo for your team.